Right. You want to do the introductions?
Yeah, I can do them.
Yeah.
Well, in the bottom left, we have the legend himself coming out of the Netherlands. The blue, well, for me, it's blue. Looks like for you, it's red. Orc player, Mr. Grubby, just coming off his very successful OnlyFangs tournament. And in the top right, we have the legend with his own fan base, Soyma, coming out of Ukraine. And I don't know much about Soyma's playstyle, so it'll be interesting to kind of see how he takes this this matchup.
I haven't played too much on this map, but it's I think it's aesthetically pleasing. A little bit weird to go around the map and say where you want to creep.
Yeah, I've got it vetoed because I'm pretty averse to change. But I do see Soyma is starting with a pretty aggressive Goblin Lab AOW creep and starting with Demon Hunter. So he should get level 2 and a good item off that. I don't remember the type of item that drops though. And I'm curious if Grubby takes that Blade Master and just runs right over.
I don't think so. I think he's going to go Mirror Image Blade, and he's probably going to creep. And Soyma will, in my estimation, will do the lab, get level 2, maybe do a green camp on the way to get a quick level 3, or at least 1 and 2. Like he'll maybe do the lab and do green, and then from there, then maybe put some pressure on. I mean, he's going to probably try to get a quick Naga, right? As all
I can
else
see
do.
that. And I don't know the map very well either, but I think it is big enough where I think you're probably right. Yeah, and that's what we're gonna see from Grubby is the mirror image creep.
It is essentially the new meta, right? Like you can't really go Windwalk Blade anymore. It's really difficult. It's hard.
At a high level, I agree with you. I do think at mid and low levels, I think players can get good enough with stealing camps and then item hunting to get a really strong blade, but you very rarely see it now at a high level.
Yeah. So Soyma, he did the lab, he got level 2, and he's not going to do a green camp. He's just going to run over immediately, which probably is the best thing to do. He's got Mana Burn, he's got Immolation, and Grubby won't even be level 2 yet by the time he gets here. Body block with the mirror image.
Yeah, and I wonder, I mean, that's a dead giveaway to me which one the mirror image is, but I guess also the HP was anyway, so.
Yeah.
And it looks like the item he picked up was Sentry Wards, which is kind of a shit item for a orange camp that gets level 2, but.
Yeah, not the best item. Using Immolation now.
And Tech is pretty far ahead by about 15 seconds here for Grubby. And Immolation.
So strong, Immolation, level 1.
So yeah, Immolation and Mana Burn, so no evasion, so the Demon Hunter won't be quite as tanky. And he did lay that Sentry Ward down, so he's going to know the tier 2 buildings that Grubby gets.
And normally when you get Mirror Image Blade, you can go for a later Voodoo Lounge, which, if you put it close to your burrow like Grubby does, like against Night Elf, you would put your Advanced Burrow. You could do this against Undead. Typically against Human, I mean, sometimes I'll do this, but generally you want to build your burrows a little bit more in the back as defense. But against Night Elf, this is really good. And I guess that's calculated because it doesn't matter if the Voodoo Lounge takes damage. But in the end, it's done. And the Grubster, he's going to move on. And with Mirror Image, if he has enough life, he can creep relatively fast because it's got a lot of hit points.
And it is 4 minutes, 20 seconds in now, and still level 1 Blade Master. So I think Soyma accomplished a lot of what he wanted to accomplish with delaying creeping there. And he'll be able to creep pretty quickly with Immolation now, especially these green camps, so.
Yeah, he bought a Circlet, and he's going to go do the Goblin Merchant. And I don't think Grubby has a lot of experience playing on this map, because this is a pretty tough camp, and he's taking a lot of damage on his Grunt and his Blade. Gets level 2. Oh, Flute of Accuracy. Not useful right now, but it will be.
So he's getting a Torrent Totem, which tells me he's going to get Walkers.
So it's Raider Walker, most likely.
But so the flute won't be the worst item in the world. Wow, he barely got out of that camp.
I think he just doesn't know the map, and he wouldn't have done that camp if he had known.
In the meantime, Soyma took a couple of green camps, and why don't I see the color?
It's a replay, so you don't necessarily see the
So rare. I
dots.
watch replays.
Yeah. It's not a live. If you watch it live on Float TV on Champs, you'll get the camps.
So I'm playing with fire with his hero now. A very hurt Demon Hunter and some pretty hurt archers. So both these players kind of struggling with some of these camps. But Naga comes in for Soyma and level 3 now on the Demon Hunter.
The Skeletal Marksmen do frost arrow damage. Really tough camps. Grubby doing the lab at his spot and gets a Shadow Hunter out, and we're getting Walker. The first Walker is being made. Double lore going down for Soyma.
And he also laid down an Expo, by the way.
Oh, snap. Yeah. AOW creeping in the north. He didn't pass the claws yet to the Naga. He's got double claws on the Demon Hunter. +8, +5, and Book of the Dead, which will be useless once the spell is available. Yeah, and disenchant.
He'll probably sell it, if I had to guess. And Grubby doing a nice job with an illusion. He does scout the Expo. And he is getting raiders, so he'll have a pretty decent siege army when he gets a couple raiders out. So I'm actually chasing after illusion. He's got to know it's illusion by the damage that's taken here.
Yeah, what's the food? 40 to 36 for Grubby. And this Expo is not going to finish. Trying to put Ancient Awareness down.
Grubby speed scrolled over. I think he knew time was of the essence to get that down. So he did end up burning that speed scroll, but I think that was probably pretty smart here.
Triads are out. Abolish being researched, so mirror images still have a little bit of value at the moment. They did get the Berserker with the flute, extra +2 damage on that, and using his Wand of Illusion on an extra Berserker. Ensnare's about to finish. Oh, he would have loved to have caught a Dryad by now.
And yeah, Soyma does not have a great fighting army right now. His heroes are pretty strong. But he's down in food, and almost his entire army is basically Dryads and Archers.
So Grubby went Snakes and Heal. And sometimes they'll go Hex first, and then they'll retrain. But in this case...
And you know, he didn't have the mana for Dispel there, and actually the Book of the Dead was super helpful. I think that's pretty much the only thing that drove him back, honestly.
Yeah, he probably saw that too. Was like, I'm going to pop this right now. And normally when you see Dryads, you want Snakes. But when you see Naga, you have to get Heal Wave. So you have to get Heal Wave and Snakes. If there's no Naga and it's a Panda, you can go Hex.
Oh, and a Dryad, an Archer Fall, TP Force on the Demon Hunter. That's a big win there for Grubby.
And pick up some extra experience here from the Skeletons, possibly. And behind this, he's got to heal up. We got Bears coming out. And in the main, we got more Raiders. And both players.
Tier 3 for Soyma, still about 20 seconds off, too. So he's not going to have Master Bears for a while. Holy shit. Demon Hunter was down to 12 HP, by the way.
Calculated. Quite calculated.
Yeah.
And he's got to get... absolutely needs to get level 4 blades quickly before Soyma does. I really find that Blade Master Mirror Image benefits so much from having an orb.
Now, do you get purge procs whenever?
No, I don't believe you
have it.
No, I don't believe you get any purge from them. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. But you do get the critical hit, the critical strike, right? But just the blade with the orb, especially against Dryads and stuff like that, against Night Elf, like you absolutely need it. I think if you don't have the orb, staying tier 2 now in the current meta, I think it's tough. I mean, you can still do it, but you want master walkers too. You can get the extra grade for mana, get a little bit of buff. Anyways, he's
and Grubby taking that shop earlier. I know he didn't finish it and took a lot of damage, but I think his aggressive creeping, he's taken more of the camps, and all of a sudden his hero levels are basically even where he was behind for the first like 8 minutes of the game.
So he had an opportunity here to snag a Dryad and Archer, and he opted for the bears. But he did get the bear on the way out.
He got the bear. That's a big loss. And that's also going to give this camp to Grubby. Again, I think getting more of these camps and getting strong heroes is really big for Grubby.
And items. The blade needs items, and you have to have better items than the Demon Hunter.
And he still, by the way, Soyma still hasn't passed those claws, and I agree with you. I don't know why. I mean, he's going to get decent hits with Demon Hunter. Yeah, now he's going to try and challenge this camp.
Ooh, Cloak of Flames.
Cloak of Flame's pretty good here. Not the best, but getting that surface area of effect is actually pretty nice for a Blade Master. Oh man, Grubby's dominating this fight.
Yeah. It's still a tough fight for Grubby because he doesn't have any mana on the Shadow Hunter. And here come the Wisp. Trying to pull back away from detonation.
2 bears already fell. A third one's gonna fall. And it's 46 food to 35 now.
And the one thing is, though, is that Grubby's on the bottom right side of the map, and Soyma's base is north. He just has to run up, take all the juice, heal up instantly, and come back.
Grubby also taking Expo, by the way.
And staying tier 2, but taking Expo, and he's getting War Mill. When you see bears, you need at least level 1 spikes.
Work complete.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had his base under threat yet, but he is at 49 food, so I think at this point he would rather probably spend on... And he's got an army advantage, I think he knows that. So I could see spikes or other upgrades come into play. So I'm pushing this Expo attempt. I don't think he can fight here, though.
Blade's super weak. Obsidian Bull.
Yeah, Blade being weak might actually be a little opening here for Soyma.
Raider's gonna fall. Immolation, not much mana left. It's done. Going after the Berserker.
And no TP, by the way, on Soyma.
Oh boy. Gets the...
He's gonna lose his Naga.
No!
Oh, he bought... Wow.
Wow. If there was boots on the blade, that's a dead Naga.
But that means that Expo's up for Grubby. He lost 350 gold. Oh, 325 gold on the TP.
That's value.
He's down 14 food.
It's value. And we got upgrades on these bears. No, 01 upgrades. And staying tier 2, getting Kodos. And usually, when you're fighting Night Elf in terms of Dryad Bear, 1 Kodo in a Grunt Raider Walker army helps, but it's not enough. Especially when there's like 4 or 5 bears, you're probably going to need at least 2 Kodos.
And he did sell his flute, by the way. And he just broke upkeep. I think this is probably going to be the last fight of the game here.
Got a potion. Here we go. Staff on the Naga. Staffs him out.
As soon as Rejuvenation, by the way, gets cast, it immediately gets dispelled. The reaction's so good by Grubby.
And Grubby's got no upgrades on the Grunts and Raiders. And he should be able to pick off at least a bear or 2 here. Demon Hunter's running back. There goes 1. Did he eat? Oh, he eats a bear. Demon Hunter's back. He's got a potion. He's got mana. Uses the potion. Oh, he's so close to dying. Demon Hunter. And he's dead. Level 5. Awesome job by Grubby. GG. Oh, that's a good...
Side by side, we'll forge our path.